My knees almost gave out as soon as I closed my bedroom door. I leaned back against the hanging jackets on the back and take a deep breath. I let my body slide to the floor. I was so tired. I dozed off right there. I woke up sprawled on the floor. I pushed myself up and felt pain in my shoulder from how I was laying on it. I looked up and yawned and noticed the little tank set near the window, and panic set in. "Pippin," I whispered to myself. I moved over to his container of wingless fruit flies and put it in his enclosure. He watched me, and I watched him, but he didn't move for the fruit fly. He just stayed still, his little pedipalps gently moving, but not leaving his spot. "You must be tired too," I said to him. "Don't worry, that food will be there when you wake up." I smiled as I walked over to my bed, but as I looked at my clean sheets, I realized I was still covered in 65 million-year-old sweat, and I decided to shower before sleeping. The funny thing about showers, though, is that they give you time to think. I spent so many feeling guilty and justifying my bad choices, and now I was back here, my mind running through the last few days, or however long it actually was. Was it my fault all those species died? I know ultimately that's the way it had to be, or the way it always was, but does that mean I was always responsible? I told them to redirect the asteroid, and it wasn't to preserve time or for something personal. No, this wasn't so I could take Savannah to a real dance or to save my dad from his pain. Maybe that played a part, but it was to save my species. It was so we would all have a future, and so the Yeerks wouldn't win. I had to, I whispered to myself. I felt the once comforting hot water begin to cool. I looked down at my hands, the hands I used to help repair the Mercora ship. My eyes followed the dips and ridges of my prune fingertips. I had stayed in here too long. As I laid in my fresh sheets, I turned to my side and stared at my door. The clock hanging to the left read 1:13 a.m. Under the clock was a picture of me, and my mom, and my dad. We'd been baking a cake, and I had flour all over my face. My dad was looking over at my mom like she was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. My mom was looking down at me with a similar look. That made me smile. But then my eyes drifted to the necklace hanging from the top of my mirror. The pendant hanging on the end was a J. My smile faded, and I rolled over. It seemed like all the bad memories rushed in at once, like a nightmare. Nightmare. I hadn't forgotten about her either. I had to, I whispered to no one, clutching my knees to my chest, trying to keep my ribs from splitting open. As I let sleep happen, I found just a little bit of peace, dreaming of nightmare.